right? And we're going to talk about emotional leakage too. Emotional leakage. What happens? If you just had, I don't know, the most obnoxious, rude person you could ever imagine on the telephone. Your blood pressure is sky high. If you could have, you would have jumped through the phone, grabbed them by the neck, and pulled them back through the phone, right? So you hang up the phone rings again, you pick it up, and you say, "What do you want?" That's what we call emotional leakage. Now the anger, the frustration, the annoyance now leaks over into the next unsuspecting person who either walks into your office, stands in front of your counter, or dials you on the phone. Because we haven't taken the time to take a deep breath, count to 10 before we answer the phone. Or even if we don't have 10 counts because you don't want it to go to voicemail, 3.
I think it's sometimes better to let it go to voicemail.
Or let it go to, she's saying sometimes it's better to let it go to voicemail.
Yeah.
So you don't have that emotional leakage over to the next person. It's not fair to them, is it?
No.
You're thinking, what are you hollering at me for? I just called to find out what time the parade starts, or what the route is going to be, or, whatever. What time, did I get my classes registered for the fall term? Or, what are you being mad at me for? But we do it. We do it. We do it. And I'm not saying that there's sometimes you don't get angry and upset when people are rude and obnoxious. Sure we do. We're human beings. We have feelings. We're human beings. So we have to learn how to deal with that by learning some tricks on breath work or meditation or mindfulness so that we can center ourselves before we try to tackle the next challenge or the next person or the next phone call or the next email or whatever. I was doing some research for training many years ago, and I came across a very high-powered gentleman in a business. Owner inherited from his father. And he said his father taught him one thing about business. Never make a decision when you're angry. Wait 24 hours. So if somebody came into his office and they were hollering and screaming, and we got this problem, we got this trouble, you got to make a decision right now, and you have to handle this, and you got to take care of this, and and he was getting angry and getting in the person's face, he would say, "Thank you for the information," ask any detailed questions that he needed to, and he said, "I'll let you know tomorrow." "You can't wait till tomorrow, we got to do it today, this is an emergency." Now the business wasn't burning down, the place wasn't on fire. And he said, "No, I'll give you an answer tomorrow." And he said, invariably, every time, the decision he made 24 hours later was not the decision he would have made when he was in the middle of that angry person, frightened person, fearful person, at that moment. Mm-hmm. And he said it was a better decision. A much better decision I made 24 hours later. More rational, more thought out, more effective, more helpful, So he was able to learn to take a rule that his father taught him and put it to good use. So you take a breath, even if you can't take 24 hours. You take a couple of breaths. You get yourself centered. And then you say, "I need 5 minutes to think about the information that you've given me, and I'll let you know." Even if it's only 5 minutes. What can happen in that 5 minutes?
A lot of things. You have time to brainstorm.
Yeah. You have time to brainstorm different ideas or different approaches or different ways you could handle it. You might know somebody who could give you a quick answer to their question or their problem. You could call them up and see if they can give you some information that would have you come to a better conclusion. But we think we got to answer it right now, right at this minute, because the person is standing in front of us, or whatever. Not true. And then when we do that, we're going to give better results. We're going to get better results. We're going to give them better information. We're going to make better decisions. Because how many of you have made really dumb decisions when you were upset or angry? Right? There's simple things psychologists would tell us. Let's say you have a death in the family, significant other. Don't do anything for a year. That's what a psychologist will tell you. Don't do anything for a year. Don't sell your house. Don't throw your kids out. Whatever. Right? Whatever. Give yourself a year to get adjusted to the death in the family, the grief, and so forth. Don't make any big decisions. In 1 year, they tell you to take a whole year to get over the death. So we need to remember that time is imperative in all of these issues. And don't be forced by other people's timeline to respond instantaneously to whatever.